Okay, today is Tuesday, June 10th, and I'm at the corner of Valencia and 17th, which is the Mission Police Station. Now, the reason I'm here is to walk in and request civil standby since, I'm terribly sorry about yesterday's video cutting off so shortly with Mr. Yamaguchi, but, in reference to, his comment about what the sheriff wants at San Francisco General, et cetera, and his incorrect framing of that. The facts will speak for themselves if you go back and look at the videos and note what I have here. Now, let's not forget that, I'm following up on bogus 5150 at Northern Station, and also, in receiving medical records to which I was, illegally held. And here is the notice to appear, which is on other videos, and of course in this notice to appear, since I was illegally held at San Francisco General 11/27/13, and the videos are on YouTube, I was charged with 3 different sections. 632, which is, what they're claiming, the Wiretapping Act. They're claiming I can't videotape. This is the sheriff's office at San Francisco General. The other charge was trespass at a public hospital and resisting arrest. I guess they didn't arrest me. However, what you have to note here is all the continual game playing. Now, this notice to appear, unfortunately, once again screwed me because, my notice to appear wasn't until 2 months later. In the interim, you must understand that I've sunshined all the appropriate people for whatever films I could get and follow up. And, of course, we all know what happens at the Ministry of Sunshine. Well, anyway, so 2 months later when I show up for my notice to appear so that I can stand in front of a judge, because I'd already called the public defender who informed me that, I'm sorry, Mr. Garza, but there's really nothing this office can do for you until you show up in front of a judge and we are assigned to you. Beautiful. Machiavellian. Beautiful. So anyway, here I am, awaiting due process, my constitutional rights, any form of humanity in this rigged system. And I show up as dutifully notified and everything. And you'll see where, all the charges were dropped because, of course, naturally they were bogus. Now, how this ties in, is into what I'm trying to state was that, Mr. Yamaguchi was so crystal clear on framing, the incorrectness of all of it. However, you have the videos here, guys. Learn the games. Watch the inhumanity. Well, that's just our interpretation. Well, anyway, in follow-up, I'm coming here so that I can request, as I said, civil standby, because I'm probably going to walk to the hospital to get my medical records. Another point and key point that you should understand is that if you look at the ministry tapes, 5/19/2014, I believe it's called DPH Gleghorn, it's admitted that, supposedly I fall into a 1% exception clause, rule that allows me to not have to sign a HIPAA release to get my own medical records, which of course is a lie. And the reason I can state that is because I, of course, requested said policy and was informed that no such documents exist. Now, you have to learn the subterfuge. It's not that I've been incorrect all along, it's that I've been correct. But as long as you have a city attorney or anyone else who can claim otherwise, the only recourse you have to take is to take them to court. Well, if that's the only recourse, mind you, the inhumanity. And if you're poor, you can't afford a lawyer, so you can't take them to court. Oh, and by the way, if some supervisor comes up with some bogus legislation like Civil Gideon, to further insult you, to further harm you, to further vex you, to further prove to you that, yes, you're correct. Not only is it all rigged, but nobody gives a flying F. Well, that's all you need. Go back and look at my David Chu videos on Civil Gideon. Now, mind you, what is Civil Gideon? What is its purpose? Live, learn the deceptions, and despair. Anyway, the propaganda, like I wanted to say, is still in the window. I brought this up many times, and I've stated exactly what it says. This police station is designed a safe zone. How many videos do I have? By the chief of the San Francisco Police Department, the captain in command of this station. At all times, LGBT individuals will be treated with respect, compassionate honesty. Asked to speak to an LGBT liaison officer. Are we learning the games? Could they be very similar to what I've received from the psychiatric liaison officer for the San Francisco Police Department. Oh, what was that? Excuse me? That was abandonment. Yes, and still no contrition, still no apology. As a matter of fact, just trying to wave it off and say, well, you know, we'll never have a meeting, we'll never talk about it. You have to learn the riggedness of all this. Now, mind you, that same officer, the psych liaison officer, sits on the mental health board. Mind games? Proficiency at their profession? Illusion and deception? Let me see if I've got this right. I want to have a meeting with you so that we can discuss what you've done so that you can become accountable and transparent, but yet we can't have that, but I have to trust that you're doing the correct thing. Okay, enough. Let's go and continue with the bull. Hello. Can you help me, please? Thank you. Months ago, I went to San Francisco General to receive my medical records, and I was falsely arrested, and I had a notice to appear.
Okay, can I see your notice?
Oh, sure. And 2 months later, because it was rigged, I tried to show up for due process to see the judge to tell him that I was illegally arrested. And if you look at the back, of course it was dismissed. Of course it was bogus, and I was arrested on 3 charges.
Okay, Jason Garza, can I see your ID, please?
Yes, sure. And anyway, let me proceed with the story. The 3 bogus charges were wiretapping, for videoing, trespass, and resisting arrest. Now, I'm going back to San Francisco General to get my medical records because I'm allowed by law, and since the charges were dropped, I want to be sure that I'm not illegally arrested again, so I want to request civil standby. Does that make sense to you? Because, I realize... Please, I don't want it on... Yes, everything is correct. Thank you.
Okay. Now, are you...
I'm sorry. I requested civil standby. I'm going to be walking to the hospital to pick up my medical files, for which I was illegally arrested last time by the sheriff's office. Now, mind you, as I was told, Northern Station is the one that dispatches the civil standby to Civic Center, the Department of Public Health, generally downtown. Mission Station is the one that does it to San Francisco General. Now, you have to realize and you have to understand that abrogation of duty here, I should not give up my legal and medical rights simply because I step on the San Francisco General, which has its lapdog, the sheriff, which is not concerned about citizens' rights, but yet, that's the false representation.
My sergeant's gonna come out and assist you, okay?
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Okay.